Hello YouTube, give me a wee second here to get up on Twitch and we'll wire up the live chats. Off and on again tonight. We'll try to keep a nightly streaming schedule. Went out to a wee bit of trivia tonight and I'll be honest, came home, made a pot of coffee and immediately fell asleep. There's a couple of things that I'd like to do today. We're going to test out if the YouTube integration automatically fetches the live chat video ID, populates all that. Looks like Discord's been running all night, connection there, no issues. What I'm going to be working on coding tonight, I think, is automatically posting some messages back to at least the YouTube live chat with the commands, what you can do in Kynto. Just a quick refresher on what this is. The avatars you see on screen are controlled and driven entirely by live chat. That means when you message the live chat, it runs through a bunch of moderation filters. Really put that to the test over the past week. The whole point is you can interact with me, ask questions about what I'm working on, and even contribute ideas and feedback live as I'm working on it. Just want to thank you all for your support once again. Make sure when you come on my videos that you like them. It's the only way we'll get more folks on here. And I've had people ask, especially yesterday, like, hey, how many avatars can the system support? And the question is, we haven't pushed the limits yet. Everyone gets unique voice. All code questions are welcome. And give me a wee second here and we'll get going. I don't expect we'll be streaming more than an hour tonight. This weekend I'm going to be set up at the camper, so we're going to do a camping development stream, which will be fun. I'll have access to the town. We'll be able to get on the bike. I'm excited about that. I have an e-bike and I have a phone just for Kynto streaming on the go. Yeah, let's get a drink in and we'll get going. Just what the doctor ordered. Right folks, let me get my mug off screen. If I remember tonight, I'm going to try to remember to film some vertical shots with the gimbal I've got here. One of the parts that grown out the YouTube channel is also grown out the other channels. Since we're integrating with everyone. If you caught me right as I came on live, you see I was setting up a Kick API access because we're going to hop right in and we're going to code another integration. I think it'd be absolutely ridiculous to get in TikTok. We're going to do it, even though it requires 1,000 subscribers. But to do that, I have to record little shorts, kind of behind the scenes stuff, which I've been wanting to do anyway. Have a lot of filming equipment. Well, let's start off with an easy problem tonight. We'll start coding and take our time. Just a refresher on the tech stack here. We're working with React, nodejs, WebGL, Canvas, WebRTC, and a bunch of other things. Right, let's go ahead and test Kynto. See if we can connect right to YouTube without having to type anything. So technically, if I just click this button right here, it should fire up. Let's see. Yes, we're in business, boys. Should be coming through momentarily if everything worked.
CodeLoch says testing Kynto chat readouts.
As you can see, this is all a live system driven by chat. There is commands which you can use to control your avatar. And I have to get my shite together to do a proper wee video going over some of the highlights, because we've had some awesome things that are worth highlighting on the channel. you guys will kind of get to see a behind the scenes build out of the system, and a few of you appreciate that this isn't anything small. It has a lot of potential. Right, where's my chat commands though? Into chat commands, let's post that in there. This is actually going to be one of the first things we code, is wiring up two-way communication with YouTube live chat. Where's my other screen? There we go. Guys, don't be afraid to test the system out. Hopefully if you're seeing this, you're interested in coding, game development, and indie projects. Right, let's go fire up Twitch. We should be running over there. Good man, we are. So I do have to, I've not automated this process for Twitch. I have to generate a token every session. It's a little bit more secure than YouTube, where you just have like a static key which is used for everything. Let me find the URL for this. I think I might pop it into a button, and then maybe that's a simple one we can knock out tonight. Over the past couple of weeks, I've completely changed how I develop. I went from kind of struggling to code in front of people, easy to see, I'm not going to lie, to now I'm actually kind of enjoying it. So I'm able to come on here every night and knock out features that need to get coded anyway, which is just absolutely brilliant. Right, we've got a token, we'll pop that in here. Twitch should be active. Let's do a quick test.
Twitch_CodeLoch says hello Twitch. Your chat drives the avatars on stream as well as YouTube and Discord.
Brilliant. Let's go ahead and get Discord booted up. Cheers to Dylan. He's a younger guy out of South Africa, but really into technology. And while he doesn't have a ton of experience coding, he's definitely thinking like a programmer. So if anyone sees him around in chat, make sure to give him some love for the work on Discord. We're going to go ahead. So I just want to show you real quick, because this is worth clipping. We come over here, I have a channel. Oh, there's a bunch of people on here. Well, there's mostly bots, but it's called live stream chat, right? Watch this. So as you've seen, I just booted up Twitch and YouTube. You can see it's processing comments. If we get some spam or something, there's 4 there. Close that, open up Discord, I click start connection, it says active. And check out this instantaneous.
Discord_CodeLoch_mobile says hello YouTube from Discord.
So this is absolutely brilliant. Everything is working as smoothly as it is. Part of the video I'm going to do is going to demonstrate how painful it was to get here. It was a pain, boy. A real pain. A chat. Interesting. We might switch the category that we're streaming to. We had some great numbers on YouTube and our subscriber count is going up. If you look what I'm doing, I'm just I have 20 years coding, about 16 of those in the industry professionally, but I'll tell you, I'm a hobbyist developer. I do it for fun. What now? Appreciate the like, buddy. That's very helpful. That might be something else we look into, is pulling the number of likes in a video so we can have...
Dylan R says hello.
Hey Dylan, buddy. You almost missed me tonight. I came in from a wee trivia night and I was falling asleep on the couch. How are you doing? Like to do a bit of coding. Got some things that we could talk about real quick. So there's one or two free things that I'm kind of focused on coding tonight. The first thing is hooking up Kynto so it can post into the YouTube live chat. Basically have Kynto act more as a bot. We can post helpful links for Discord, stuff like that. The second thing is setting up a Kick integration. That will be our fourth integration here. We're not even live streaming to Kick yet. Not even done it once, but we're going to code it. It looks like the API is relatively similar to Discord, Twitch. So let's focus on those two things tonight, and then I guess one more we could look at is polling and the amount of likes we get on a video and having the stream respond to it. Give you guys a little bit of reason to support the videos on the channel. Just want to hammer this fact: if you guys are not liking the streams I do, we're not going to get more folks on. YouTube won't serve it up. But the very least you could do, stick around and let's get coding. Dylan said I just woke up and very cool. I just unmuted chat again. The fourth thing that I want to do, but we're not getting to tonight, there's just not enough time, is this little stream panel I've got built out. It gives us a lot more control over the TTS system. I do want to get this going. It's going to require some back-end work. It's going to require some front-end work. And but getting this implemented would be absolutely massive. I'll be able to wire up autoplay, pause, mute, and everything directly to the stream deck right here. Right now, all I can do is mute TTS. That's it. It's a custom system, but we're going to make it a lot more custom. All right, let's get started.
Discord_Merbros15 says very cool.
Yeah, buddy, I appreciate your support. I don't know if you heard me giving you a big shout out just for the initiative you've been showing, helping us out here. Very much appreciated. Yeah, we might just switch over to the gaming category on YouTube tonight, just see what happens. I prefer the science and technology category, so just so you can see what I'm talking about. I want to just be open with this whole bloody process. Anyone that wants to get into streaming can see. If I click edit on the live stream, scroll down, science and technology, it's the category we've been hitting, and it's been great for getting people on that actually are interested in coding. But I'm hoping that YouTube has a good understanding of the audience of this channel now. So we're just going to switch it to gaming, see what happens. Usually more people come on this way, but it does drop our average view duration down. Having a minute average view duration on YouTube for a port to the stream is good. So we don't want to mess that up too much, but we do want to get people on here. It's more fun. Okay, let's hop into Node.js. And the first thing we're going to do is have a look at my code that's supposed to automate posting messages to the live chat here. Looks like I have most of it implemented here. Let me pull up YouTube docs on the side. Text message event looks correct. We need to pass in our live chat ID. We're going to test this part on local. So we'll pass in headers. When you make a post request to YouTube's v3 API, you've basically got two options you can do. You can do a get or post. When you do a get, you pass the API key as a get parameter. When you do a post, you pass it in as a header. I'm just looking here at the docs at the side of my screen, make sure we're good business. Looks like we're missing patterns. Let's see. That would explain some things. It would. And like any API development, especially for YouTube and these live chat services, sorry, they're not very well documented, so there's just a bit of stumbling about that we're going to have to do here.
Sorry, I could not hear you making a auto notification bot for when you go live, because if you do that it would be more reliable than the paid bots.
That's a good point. I can wire that up as well for Discord. We'll add that to the list. Let me know, is my background music too loud? I'll kick it down a wee bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, if there's any audio issues, please let me know immediately. Most people don't say, you know, like, hey, it sounds like shite. Make spaces and tabs, can't have that. But yeah, Dylan, I'll set that up.
No, it was just a bit lag.
I see, I see. Right, let me...
DG Preston says W camera flip.
You got a good eye, Preston. Good to see you back, buddy. I think it was you, right? It was on... There's two Prestons in the channel been following us. There's one Preston that had a bunch of great Scratch demos. Is that you? You also helped me clean up my moderation layer, making sure that I'm doing ASCII only as well. Just let me know if that's you. Right. The boy needs a pen. You never find the pen. This is pencil work. Alright, so Dylan wants Discord to send notifications when we go live on YouTube, so we'll get that written down.
Not me.
Okay, so I think you're the OG Preston. Welcome back, bud. I actually made a clip with you because that was when the power went out, and you're like,
Ikshat says I am back.
hey buddy, welcome back. Just got a couple of things to work on tonight. We're going to be working on posting to the YouTube live chat and posting to Discord, and maybe doing a Kick integration as well. By the end of this, we're going to try and integrate every live stream service that we can. And I had someone ask me if I'm just building this for me or this is going to be like for everyone. It's basically for everyone. You'll be able to use this on your own channels if you so desire. And once integrations are wrapped up, I'll come back and make much more control over the avatar displays. Like some streams I might want to have no titles in the background and just have avatars on the video. I think that would look cool. Yeah, got that written down. So first step.
You are very good. Just note, I made a role for people that want to know when you are live.
Okay, Dylan, send me some more info on Discord real quick and we'll talk about that. I appreciate you asking pronounce your name right.
So you can add this role in the message that gets automatically sent out.
Sounds good. Alright, let's take a wee minute to warm up here. That's okay. Guys, once again, make sure you hope the YouTube algorithm noticed this video.
Bye,
Just
I
drop a
will
like.
come afterwards.
Okay, no problem. We'll be here.
Says JavaScript.
Yes, good eye. For front and back end here. So it's the custom avatar, live chat driven avatar system, stream overlay. You guys need to help me find a better way to describe it, but I think that's where we're at. Okay, so there's a couple of things we want to do here. We want to automatically fetch this video ID. We'll start with that, because YouTube requires that. Okay, this is async, perfect. Fetch video ID. And we know this logic works because now when I start a live stream on YouTube, I don't have to copy any YouTube IDs or anything, it just does it automatically. But there's a difference between a live video ID and a video ID. Let's see. Alright, we'll just work through it one step at a time. That's how you have to break code down anyway. It's a static method. We have to await it because it's asynchronous. And let's just see. Video ID. Chat ID. Let's just scroll through this code. But I have to decide between fetch and get. But that's what we're looking at there. So we're going to make a series of calls to get what we need. So this is actually video ID. No, chat ID. We're not going to worry about any error handling at this moment. I just want to get this working. Static. Pass our video ID, which is right here.
I added a world time bot so that people could add their times L zones so that we could more or less know when they are available with set zone times 1 and the list.
That's a good idea. I like that. Reminds me of an unreleased feature I have in Kynto as well. It's kind of like a stream schedule. Also, Preston, I got something to show you that I got coded. There's a couple of things since you've been here. We'll work through that in a second. Ready, pass in. That should do it. Let's write a test message. Ignore this for a second. API key, we'll have that patch it here. Let's have it do that now. But that's static. It's not. I have to reorganize this when we get done. Okay. Let's just rip this out here. I went and did a wee bit of trivia tonight. I'm not the most social person, but it was fun.
Sorry for spamming you so early in the morning last night.
No, it's no problem, buddy. It's how it works with it. Tech stuff. You just have to work through it. All right, so pretty much ready to test this. It does everything. I'm not dumping anything into the console, it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, let's see if we can communicate from the other side here. Open up another terminal instance, we'll cd into the lib directory, run node, youtube.js. Close this down a little bit, trigger it, nothing happened. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a terminal window up off screen here, so I can have access to some logs.
I'm logging into Kynto real quick.
No bother. I'll test this off screen here with some logging. So let's dump this out, see what's going on with our response. Should come back in data. And YouTube. Let's see. Unauthorized, so this is the keys back. Oh, that's annoying. We're not gonna get too far if that key isn't working. Let's see, is there anything risky here? I think so.
Dylan R joined stream new.
Right. Well, part of this is also having a wee bit of attention deficit disorder, it feels like, but we're going to start spinning up a kick integration as well. Let's do that. I have a plugin structure I've set up for all these integrations. Where are they? Right here, we're going to go into subfolder room, create a file, and we'll call it kick.js. We're going to wire it up. Let's spin up another instance here of VS Code. Let me know if you guys would like me to try a desktop stream on YouTube. If we're not getting picked up by the algorithm this week, it's worth a shot. You get to see more of the development environment. Where is VS Code? Where'd you go? There's so much on the to-do list. We're going to get the iPhone and Android applications back up. We have a Stream app, a Steam app that built out an Electron. We're going to get that released. So it's just non-stop development, guys. Another instance, what are you doing? Oh, that's right. I could just come up here and drag this out like that. Oh, drag onto another screen. That'll do it. Let's get to work. So the integration for Kick is very similar to Twitch. To integrate with my system, there's a couple of properties that we're going to have dependency injected in here. The most important is the Kynto object. Quickly just start wiring stuff up here. Let's start with the const. We require a source. This is what gets added to chat. Just like segregate usernames so we don't have any collisions. I call this kick. Called prepend kick. maybe an underscore. I should do it there. Just come right down and get to work. While working in CGS for these plugins, I'm partly moving over to import versus require for the server, but we're not going to battle that tonight. Or there's two methods that we care about here, or three. One is the constructor. That's where we get our Kynto populated. Oh no, don't do that. What are you doing? There's a couple of properties we're going to assign directly to this class, such as the server, the room instance, and we have an internal event emitter. You subscribe to that as well. The event bus pattern architecture, whatever you want to call it, made a lot of sense in developing something like this. Because it's, we're gluing a ton of integrations together, plus developing something this large over time. The only way I could do it, accomplish it, was setting up an event architecture. Channel name. I kind of like how React separates state from props, so we just kind of replicate that in our server. Think of state as things that can be serialized, say to a database. Well, properties that belong to the plugin are instances of, other classes or integrations. It's just a little helpful thing that makes it tidier to work with. And you'll see when I start diving back into game code, that's super relevant, because you have to serialize, titles, items and stuff in a room. It's just good practice. Okie-dokie. So we're going to store if it's the instant, we're going to, in our state, we have our channel name. If the plugin connection's active, we have a messages array, which contains an array of objects. It just contains username and message. That's all we care about. And then there's two methods that we care about here. There's load and unload. This is called by my server layer, and it's an opportunity to set up event subscriptions.
Have you ever heard of Wakatime? It's a VS Code plugin.
No, Dylan. Give us a wee bit of info on that while I get this set up here. So we're going to call this kick.live. Basically, I just set up one event for each chat integration, and then we can send a payload plus an action or event name. So we'll just work with that tonight. We want to call it on, we want to call it handle. Let's do it on. On kick. Well, it's not technically a kick action, on live action, because we're doing this for Kynto, aren't we? I like arrow functions. Before you had arrow functions in JavaScript, you would have to bind this. So I'd have to do crap like this. We didn't lose this when the callback. It's essentially a callback, even though it's an event. Fired. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Beautiful. Load is also going to handle our setup as far as, well, no, that's not true. We moved out moderation to be handled by chat plugin, which is even what I built for Kynto. So I don't have to implement moderation.
I have a question on how you handle polling Discord chat. Do you use a webhook bot or an bot available from the Discord dev page?
So I'm not using any bots from Discord. Let's open up the code real quick and I'll literally show you. Essentially, Discord implements, it's not webhooks. So WebSockets and webhooks are different. I just want you to note that. Webhooks are basically like you set up like a web URL on your server, and then Discord will call that web URL and post information to it, and then you can have like your server-side code react to it that way. WebSockets are like pub subsystem. I'm assuming it's WebSockets under the hood. Allow me to set up an ongoing connection and then set up an event listener. So kind of similar to the whole event architecture that I've implemented for Kynto here. Discord does that as well. Way nicer than YouTube, but this is all custom. Nothing crazy. Like the whole code here is 174 lines. It's because I wrote an interface for Kynto that makes it super easy to code integration. You're literally just going to see me sit here and code the exact same thing for kicking out. What was it describing? Okay, there's a nodejs npm library called discord.js. So you just do yarn install discord.js or npm install discord.js, depending on what package manager you're using. But
oh cool, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, no, good questions. More than happy to walk through any part of this. I'm not afraid of someone coming off and ripping anything off here. It's a lot of bloody code to accomplish this anyway. I'm happy to help anyone learn how to do it themselves. Appreciate the like, whoever that was. It's very good of you. As mentioned, that helps us get discovered by YouTube. Get more folks on.
One new subscriber.
And cheers for that. Okay, so on live action. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean this up. I prefer named parameters using destructuring over what do you call it? Like an array. Brain fart, but named parameters are better because it doesn't matter what order you type your parameters, they're just named. Whereas opposed to what I'm about to do here, you can see if I type this backwards, if I put socket instead of message here, and I code all my logic to work on this argument order, and then in the back end, or you have an API change that flips this around, your code will get broken. And I've seen people in React, Node.js, that have literally switched the order on massive packages that have broken tons of people's implementations just because they wanted the order of their function arguments to change. If we did something like this, using destructuring, it doesn't matter which order, it could be socket, message, whatever. Plus it makes it easy to add new arguments, like maybe what is sent, I don't know, username, ID. Maybe we only want to get message. So, you guys interested in JavaScript, make sure that you defer to destructuring over just. Why is it staggering?
Is the TTs working? Or does my previous message bring up a flag that blocks it?
It's working. I did see you had one of your words blocked. I'm going to check out why in a second. As you know, I can fix that live. Second here. As you guys know, like I'm sure some of your first reactions when you come on here and see TTS driven by chat, you're like, oh my god, you could get your channel banned. And trust me, I have my own worries about that too. So I've went kind of ham on implementing filtering. Let's connect to production. Dylan, when your message got filtered, do you remember if you sent it in Kynto or YouTuber? Or YouTube? Let's see. Scroll through the message logs. Okay. I have a question. So you sent that from YouTube. And the word was webhook. What's fucking
YouTube.
Alright, give me a second. I don't know why I have such a hard time at night following order here. Okay, you said token, so it looks like toke was banned. Let's go ahead and get that out of this bad word list. There's 2,000 words in there. This is just one of the layers of moderation. Most of the moderation is AI, but I do a lot of regex checks before that. Sure that you're only putting in ASCII characters, there's no web links. Where's my banned words? Right here. Alright, so
Must I resend it in Discord?
No, it would also be blocked there, but I'm about to fix it now. Alright. Toke was banned. Let's unban that. There you go. So you can now say token. Yeah, if you didn't have your message read out though, if that wasn't even the one you're talking about, Discord is guaranteed to get it through. Go ahead. Right, let's carry on here though. Unfortunately, I'm using just we're not using destruction here because I set this API. Sorry, interface a while ago. I just wanted to call it out. It's just whatever I
token.
Implement. Yeah, there you go. So I got the word unbanned. And guys, you're going to see this as you use the chat. There's going to be false positives and words. That's okay. We'll work through it. Alright, so we want to extract the action from our message.data.action. Once again, the nullish coalescing operator is beautiful in JavaScript. Before this question mark dot, you'd have to do all sorts of guarding. It was just disgusting. And I did clean like I implemented my own way to work around it. Like I have we could have did this before, which was fine. So I just coded Kynto get prop, where I could pop in an object such as message, and then I could type out the property I wanted it to get, which would have been what? Data.action. And it kind of did that in the back end, but which was convenient. But now we just have it built into the syntax. It's been there quite a while, but I like calling out the things in JavaScript that are nice to have. Some of these, like nullish coalescing operators, made its way over to C#. I think Java as well in the most recent versions. So yeah, JavaScript's getting some love. All right, we're just going to do a simple switch statement here. So on live action is basically going to do two things for us. It's going to activate the kick integration.
Hope it works.
And turn it off. So let's do a little switch statement for that. We don't have to do anything crazy. Okay, start. Pop a break on it. Typically, I like to just call a function and return. We don't even have to type break, but you know, since I'm hoping people are following along with JavaScript here, we'll just keep that. So there's going to be a couple other functions I'm going to have to wire up. And since we're not actually streaming to Kick tonight, we're not going to be able to test this, but I'm just going to code it. And kind of, it's what I did with Discord. It's what I did with Twitch. Is I just coded it and then came back the next day and actually tested it. It's less stressful that way. I need to make another function called start live.
Did you know there is a streamer mode in Discord settings?
Yeah, I need to spend the day with Discord and kind of explore it. What sort of things does streamer mode let you do? Like, I guess like share screen and stuff like that. Like, there's quite a bit of crossover in the functionality between Discord and Kynto, but Kynto's media streaming is all peer-to-peer, which is nice. Start live. What do we need? What do we need? It's an opportunity to use named parameters, so let's do it. Let's pop in our payload. We'll have that extracted up here. We'll default it to an empty object if there's nothing there. Just some simple garden like this will help you avoid runtime crashes.
I believe you get a lot more options than a normal Discord.
Right on.
Tom says it's to show people you're live, like a status with a semi-live embed card on your profile.
Oh, interesting. And cheers, Tom. Welcome. And guys, Tom, I have a Discord link in my YouTube profile. It has some links. The live chat is also hooked up to Discord. It's instantaneous. So I think Dylan prefers to use Discord sometimes.
Oh, cool. I never knew that.
Yeah, you can see in Dylan's name, Mr. Bros, it says Discord at the start of his name. It's because he's literally messaging from Discord. But I might have to check that out. So how do I activate it? I'm kind of new to Discord.
Saw Habbo inspired and TypeScript asterisk had to check it out.
Brilliant.
Go to profile settings.
Appreciate that, Tom. Profile settings. You gotta watch me stumble around on live. It's terrible. Oh god.
Scroll to the bottom.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Let's see, did that do anything? Usernames have been truncated. You can see Dylan's just typing into Discord. It's going right into the live chat here.
You can also connect accounts to Discord.
What do you mean by connect accounts?
Like I have done YouTube, click on my PFP.
I might be hiding it because I'm in streamer mode.
Strange.
Probably because I'm in streamer mode if you think about it. I don't really see it giving me much here, so I'll turn it off for it now. I probably have to actually like populate that. Let me see. Where would I do that? Put in YouTube links or something. Might have to watch a video on that. I don't know much.
I think it's all by connection. I'll go
Okay.
look.
Okay, it looks like you're right. PayPal, that sounds dangerous. I need to make Firefox my default. That's what I'm signed in. Copy this in. No, of course not. Why would they let me do that? Make it default. I think in Mac it's built into the fucking bloody OS, sorry. I'll look at that in a second once I get caught up in a code issue. Live action.
PayPal is mainly used or to buy Discord Nitro and probably get payments.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So basically I'm wiring up here. We're going to use this dispatch status update. It's going to send a socket event to the Kynto room that's going to contain info if like the stream started, if any message, like stats basically. What else I need to think about? Oh, that's right. We actually need to install the package. I think it's called IRC. Don't beat me up on using acquire on the server. As you know, JavaScript, TypeScript, even package management on nodejs is a bit of a hellscape. What do they call it? IRC? Alright, we'll come back to that in a sec. Okay. I've done so many of these integrations though that I can kind of just scaffold everything out relatively easily. Okay. We're going to do some guarding up here. If it's already running, let's terminate. We'll come back once we get the instance of kick as well. Check there. We'll do that right now, even though it's not defined.
You know that application I told you about, the simplex application? They allow you to set up your own servers, but I have a question.
Uh-huh. Call it kick client. It helps be verbose with your property and namings. I try to write code that doesn't have to be commented, so you want it to be as explanatory as possible. It gets a little bit, you know, crazy with WebGL and stuff, but we don't have that problem with Node.js. What do we need? We're probably going to have to put extract our token and client ID. Pull that from our secret server. Populates and.
So if you set up your own servers for it, can it be used for live stream?
That's a good point. I'm sure there's probably some sort of API to connect with. As long as there is either a Node.js like an npm or a yarn library, what's npm, it's the base yarn even. As long as there's a library that wraps simplex, or if there's not, if there's a RESTful API to connect to, like we did with YouTube, which is the worst way to integrate live chat. YouTube give us no other option, or preferably there's some sort of like WebSocket implementation. We should be able to just tie right in. Take a look at that for the stream. We're also going to need application ID. Let's call it application token right now. I've never Never streamed Kick, never watched anything on it, but kind of enjoying just integrating stuff, so let's just roll with it, right guys? What else do we need? We're going to have to populate our channel name, which we're going to extract on a payload. Obviously, we'll just default to mine at first, but I'll have that happen on the front end. Okay, so it's kind of back practice to just directly manipulate your state object like this. We could, for demonstration purposes, we could do something like this. Set state, props. The state equals export the past state. Oops, sorry. I like this too in JavaScript, TypeScript. You can take an object, an array. I forgot what it's called. But you can essentially, what is it called? Give me a second.
What is your opinion on getting loose from iCoding? I wish I did not have to rely so heavily on iCoding. You could call me a 40% vibe coder, and I hate that.
It's funny you asked me about that, because I had someone ask me that in person tonight who works in the local county court. And they're seeing AI used a lot in like people with their cases. And I guess the point I'm getting at is I think AI is actually quite damaging for someone learning how to code. I do, because you're like, there's certain humps. Like anyone that's here that's, you know, coding like without AI. I'm not crapping on anyone that uses AI. Like I'm not. Like I completely see the value in it. But what I'm trying to say, for people learning how to code, bypassing like the ability to like learn how to Google things properly, bypassing like the physical hills and humps that your mind has to crawl through in order to know even how to spin up like a, I don't know, like a React application or Node or Vue. Like, I think it's actually damaging. I think it hurts people learning how to code. Now, I'm not saying that once you get going in coding and you're able to like scaffold out your project without it, it could be incredibly useful for helping. Like me, I use it to, if I write down my ideas, what I'm going to code, I'll even and I'll use it to.
It's harder for me to learn it because the eye is so convenient.
Yeah, it's even hard for me to get words out, but that's essentially the problem. I think it just makes it too convenient to avoid like struggling through it. And you'll see, like, I've been doing this for 22 years, ever since I was 12, 11 years old. And coding is always going to be difficult. It doesn't matter how much experience you have in it. Like, you're going to be using Google. I use Google every day. You're going to be debugging simple things that you'd expect you shouldn't be stuck on. And AI kind of hijacks you having to struggle through that stuff as much. So that's why I think it's damaging for people learning to code. All right. Okay, so what was I going to do there? Okay, this is a spread syntax. I forgot the name for it, but I like it. I'm going to use it twice. And this just kind of replicates how React manages set state. I like it. At least for the class-based components there, which are falling out of favor. But it's kind of a good... like, I like it for implementing server-based plugins to just kind of implement something like this. But now we don't have to do it grossly.
And the big problem is that big companies force it into all their applications we use. For example, WhatsApp. Why do we need iChat?
Yeah, I'll tell you, even my job, programming, like, they're trying to push us to use Copilot and stuff. And like it's helpful. Like I used it today to generate some unit tests, but the unit test didn't work. And I had it just do everything from like just do the entire unit test, and it's like I was looking at it and it's like it's just quicker for me to write this myself because I know it's like what I'm supposed to like mock to get that unit test working. But like as a developer experience, I can tell you it's like really helpful for me for debugging things. I'll use it for like I'll write a piece of code that works, like I don't know, like a sorting algorithm for like bloody 2D avatars. Say it's running slow. AI is really helpful to take my code and I'll go back and forth, be like, why is this running slow? Show me how I can optimize this. But like I made it a deliberate effort just to like not vibe code. Plus I've been doing this long enough that I don't have to. Alright, channel ID. Do we want to just pop that out here? You could just do this. Love destructuring. We're gonna call it channel name or channel ID. Channel name. This dot. Yeah, it's not nice. Payload. I like that. Much nicer. And then we're gonna form a connection. Popular state. We'll wait for an unconnected event to actually set if it's active. We could just do like is connecting through. It's temporary. And then come down here. We'll wire up some events like unconnected. We'll name it. We don't expect any arguments from that. Let's just start populating the state of the plugin. Let's set it as active through. It's connecting false. Want to clear out the messages array? Possibly.
Like Google made a full vibe code platform called the new Firebase Studio. I tried it and it's fast and brings people out of asterisk in power.
Let's see what word it's flagging for you. Where'd you type that? Discord? Hey Devin and hey Aldi. I'm not sure why I didn't read out your guys' comments. Let's see, do we have an issue here? Oh no, I didn't read out your... Oh! Huh. 2 seconds, I just want to make sure YouTube's working for you guys.
BIAIN.
Brain. Alright, let me fix that word right now. See how the issues build up? It's okay. So, bra. It filtered out bra. Let's fix that live and then test YouTube real quick. See what's going on there. Okay, so we're going to search for the word bra and banned words filter. I just, like you, Dylan, you helped me find a list of words I should ban. And I found like 3 or 4 more and I just popped them in. MongoDB here. Okay, there you go. Now you can say brain. Right, now let's test what's going on with YouTube.
Testing YouTube chat.
Okay, so it looks like said hi might be filtered out as low effort. Let's see.
Said hi.
Weird. Alright, let's carry on here. Just more scaffolding.
The reason their messages is not going through.
I'm not sure why it didn't detect the messages there, honestly. It's connected. Box.
Is it a pre-configured message?
True, but it should still be picked up by the API. It should still detect it.
YouTube adds a button say hi, you click it.
So there's two ways I could have coded this, since we're not going to worry about testing it tonight. I kind of like what I call scaffold coding. I just lay out everything how I want it to be, and then come back and debug it and test it tomorrow next live stream. Okay, so here we're gonna, on our end live, we're gonna trigger a dispatch status update, which is gonna trigger a WebSocket send, and we're just gonna put status. So status.
My English is so weird today.
Dylan, do you speak like Afrikaans, like in your day-to-day life with your family and like stuff like that?
Yes, Afrikaans, Jess.
Very cool. Oh no, we want that connected. What we'll put here is connected. More updates, the better. Oh. That wasn't supposed to go there. We could trigger a status update every time we update set state, but we won't do that.
Translate jaar ek praat altyd Afrikaans, dit is regtig lekker.
Dylan, you're beating me up on
Faraz
translate.
Journey says, are you front end?
I have to finish that, Dylan, hooking that up. You can do it in Kynto though. If you go in Kynto, you can translate. Faraz, so we're coding in nodejs right now, so it's backend. Professionally at work right now, I'm currently a front end Vue developer. But I'm full stack. So this whole system you're chatting in right now, it's literally full stack. Uses WebSockets, WebRTC, but I'm also building in React, WebGL, and Canvas. Whereas, what type of coder are you? I kind of make my backend code that looks similar to React though, doesn't it? Let's carry on. I should probably wire up my dispatch status update. What do we need for that? Let's start just sending a message to the room. I'm gonna come back and get rid of using strings.
Dylan R joined stream new.
For my event names and stuff, like I do have a big enum that contains all this, but we are just coding for the fun tonight. Oh, this is Kick, not Twitch. Guys, make sure you join the Discord. It's on my profile channel. Profile links. And make sure you subscribe for more coding.
I'm UCT designer wanna have some question about ShadCN if you know what the best website color generator for Tailwinds.
Nice, you're using Tailwind for your CSS framework. Give me a second, as the moderation filter is a little bit strong here. Let me go ahead and remove whichever word that it banned, and we'll look into what you're looking for. You're a product designer. Very cool. So ban the word broad. Okay. Well, let's connect to MongoDB. Let's see what it banned. Did. All right. Now product designer is not going to be filtered out. So do you work with like Figma, and then someone else implements a Tailwind, or are you like UI? Like, are you doing front end UI as well? I'm using one mouse for multiple computers and it's beating me up here. Okay, what else do we need? I prefer not to use this for my methods, even if I'm in a class situation, so it makes it easier to refactor. So it's better to destructure up here. Let's just do that. Because once you rewrite code, like, you might end up moving it somewhere else. So it's better to do your setup at the top, so you can allow for dependency injection or whatever the hell you're doing. That way your logic doesn't have to change in the future. So we're just going to do that. There's no relevant timeout, but I'm using like an interface first of all for YouTube where that is relevant. So messages, okay, so I need to extract our messages length. Messages length or 0. I think that's all we're going to send there. So now anytime I call this method with a status update or fire this off into the room, then the front end React code will know what to do with it. Let's go back up. Still need to install our kick package. Let's pull up the docs. Actually, look at the main script, and that'll be another day. What they had?
Yarp, I just designer but love about coding, enthusiastic to them. Love collab with dev also.
Well, I can tell you as a dev, we appreciate designers like you very, very, very much. 100%. You make our jobs much easier by specifying that. Are you trying to figure out your situation with your your color palettes for your like your color language between you and your developers? My job, how we have it set up is design essentially set that, and then we went back into Tailwind and like populated all those colors and hex values. So basically the designer got to decide that for us. I did see that he posted a couple of tools in Teams. So what I'll do is I'll look what the designers did and I'll get back and I can update in another stream. possibly tomorrow night. Ran into that at work. I just didn't pay attention to what they went with. Make sure you subscribe, and if you want to join the Discord as well. Tad, get you drinky. Cool.
Yes, I already subscribe. I will join. Thanks for your respond, man.
Alright, completely appreciate you. Thank you for helping support what I'm doing here. Like, we don't have a ton of people coming on the streams, but I can tell you it's been getting way more engaging. Quality over quantity, that's what I say. Although I can tell you, in the past month or so, we've got more subscribers in the past month than they did in the past 3 months of doing this. So that's awesome. What's XQC? OTP secret? I wanted to, okay, yeah, I wanted to use a token. I wanted to do this. But only have to specify. But you can see, I love playing live chat. Oh god, you can't see this on YouTube. Let me zoom in. But I love APIs that implement event handlers. It's just so clean as a developer to work with. So when you're developing your own libraries that you want people to use, utilize events. They're beautiful. You can easily tie this on like the system I set up, and we'll get into it in another stream where we show what I did for the Steam Deck. I'm in on remote desktop protocol on top of WebRTC, all powered by Kynto, and I was able to tie into Electron so nicely because I have everything set up on the event bus. It's like able to have the web browser control the keyboard and mouse from a Steam Deck and computer from a web interface sharing a video. Yeah, I can't wait to get back into that stuff. So let's just blast through these integrations and try to get more people on here. It's not a full. But what is recommended by Kick? I don't want to be implementing something that's not. Tell you the state of docs. Absolutely terrible. So they have webhooks, they have events. We want events. No, we don't. Come on. I think we're going to use that library because it implements like more of a WebSocket like setup, which I prefer. It should be way more faster than setting this up, even if it wraps webhooks or however it's doing it. Carry on with this. Let's see, is there any issues with the GitHub that are reported that we should be aware of? Nice, someone's dancing, that's cool. In Kynto. Let's take a quick look at issue. When you use an API library, or whatever when you're using external libraries, it's always good to have a peek at issues. You don't get an opportunity to dig through the code. Because if you use a bad library in your code, you can open it yourself to exploits. So as a developer, be cautious about what third-party libraries you like to use. Highly recommend that you consider that. I've seen over the 22 years I've been coding, I've seen massive hacks. And one of the biggest hacks I ever seen was over something called Lightbox. And all it was, Lightbox.js hack. So there's a library, designer, you know what I'm talking about. When you go on a website and you click an image, it opens up like a gallery and you can like goes full screen or whatever. So Lightbox.js was one that everyone used on the website. It's like, I'm not saying Amazon used it, but like that sort of like scale of use. And it was hacked. So every site using Lightbox.js was exposed to cross-site
My
scripting.
YouTube data is finished and only have Discord and WhatsApp left.
What do you mean?
Critterpop says why not use TypeScript?
It's a good question. As I said before, I've lived through JavaScript for 22 years now. There was a time where I used CoffeeScript. There was a time where I was developing an ActionScript 3, which was kind of the predecessor to, in my opinion, to TypeScript. But for the sort of coding I'm doing, JavaScript is a glue, and the less abstractions I have between me and what's happening with that JavaScript, the better, because I'm just able to get a little more done. Give you an example. You could do all this in TypeScript, but I'm telling you, when you start integrating with all sorts of other layers, like Electron and React Native even stuff like post message between those layers and your web views, I get you could just, do :* and basically, have to define your types there. But it's just personal choice. I'll tell you where I do use TypeScript when it comes to setting up RESTful APIs, where I want to specify data types that are expected, and also defining schemas for things like MongoDB, DynamoDB. So there's cases where I do use it, absolutely. But when it comes to coding, I just like being close to JavaScript. It's just how it works. And like I said, there was a time where I used CoffeeScript. So I'm not afraid of jumping into all sorts of stuff. But if you look up here, just a quick, let's show you some functionality. This project is gigantic. So I can share, let's just share OBS into this. So this is all peer-to-peer. And this is what I'm using to actually construct my stream. So I've wrote an enormous amount of JavaScript to power all this. And it's just personal choice. And like I said, I just know at the back of my hand, 22 years of JavaScript. And I only went to ActionScript because there was no WebSocket support when I first started building stuff like this. There was hacks, there was Comet.js, which kind of set up like a WebSocket-like wrapper for socket support, so I could do my server in C#. But yeah, I'm just like, I wouldn't say close to the metal, you can't do that with JavaScript, but like the less transpiling that my code does with the browser, the easier it is for me to understand what's going on. Webpack and stuff is already like abstracted so much away from that. Even just using bloody npm libraries, like you've seen me just install kick npm, like it's just, I'm already too abstracted from what's happening. I want to know what's happening. Convoluted explanation. And I do enjoy type languages like for the past year at my job, where I'm a Vue-free developer, we're moving to TypeScript, by the way. I voted for that move because I'm working with other developers that would definitely benefit from it. They don't understand, like, runtime edit. Like, they need that sort of guarding more than I do, I feel. But like, I was working with Swift UI for the past year there because I was familiar with Objective-C. They fired so many people, specifically from our American team, and it's like one of the only people there that could language hop so many people at work, or like they get hired for one position, one language, and that's what they stick with. Whereas my entire career, I've just used every opportunity to learn different languages, get exposure to it. I want to know, like, if I'm sure there's a TypeScript equivalent for Python, but that's another example where, like, Python is just a glue, and in the right hands, it's just really powerful to just roll with it. I'll do a proper, like, write-up on, like, my thoughts on it, because I'm personally a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of where it's pushed us, and like I said, ActionScript free. Before the likes of TypeScript and JavaScript, before the likes of even like ActionScript free, JavaScript was in a hell of a mess. So, like, yeah. All right, carrying on. This is a gigantic project here. Just want to emphasize that. Channel name. So I'll put some handlers in here. Is it message event? Who knows? We'll come back and have a look. Okay, so I need to set up another. Is there a connected event? Let's see. Okay, so ready. Let's wire that up first. What is this bloody song, man? I also prefer not using like auto generation to like create bloody methods and stuff. It's kind of cathartic for me to type kick message, and I expect to get some sort of message in here. I'll come back and look at the signature in a second. Ooh. Ooh. Right, when I got into JavaScript, there was no arrow functions. There was no nullish coalescing operator. There was no spread operator. So that's why I seeked out stuff like bloody CoffeeScript. Got to do some video. Like I've got probably 10 hard drives in code, starting when I was about 11 years old, and it'd be fun to go through some of it, wouldn't it?
CodeLoch FCHRZY is waiting for you, open mouth smile.
Oh no. I'm a terrible person, but there. I do use ESM, I use it on the front end entirely. Feel better? Wait, that's not. It's all functional components, which you like if you like React. This project has been developed. So I started this build around 2020, around coronavirus time. So you're looking at something I've been working on for a very long time. Back to your CJS, which you love. You can look at the amount of code for the server. There's a lot, and part of it is implemented as NDS. Because as you know, there's some parts of some libraries that only released.
Hello, Critter Pop.
For one or the other.
Jay, I have Wi-Fi.
Pop, you're seeing the project. Work in progress, buddy.
Did I miss anything?
Just a little bit of snobbiness, but it's understood. I like opinions. I'm the same way. Watch Crip Pop will make you really angry. We're gonna get rid of the arrow function, we're gonna use bind. Just kidding. Is there a disconnect event? Where's our dogs? No dogs, so we're gonna have to dig into the
Did you
codes.
see that I renamed Dino to Kynto bot?
Interesting. We don't want that to conflict with the actual Kynto bot, but that works for now. Oh my god, how dare they use let over const? Unacceptable. Yep, so they implemented WebSockets here. They're just wrapping it. Let's disconnect. Close.
It's easy to set in the Dino settings.
Okay, sweet. Cheers for the like, buddy.
11 new subscribers.
What the fuck? Whoa. Yeah, that's accurate. What the hell? Not bad for... Not bad. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Let's carry on here. Why is like lowercase mixed with uppercase event names? I don't know. Why there's not
I
an enum.
also made it that each time
not
someone
sure.
says Kynto or mentions Kynto, it reacts eyes.
What the hell? Why is it mixing everything? Look, a combination of uppercase, lowercase, and no enum. But it's alright.
What's the problem?
Oh, I'm being snobby. There's nothing wrong with the code technically, but you can draw all sorts of opinions when you look at other people's code. So Dylan, just the problem I called out here. So you see, if I zoom in here, it says chat message for this event name. First of all, there's no docs for this plugin, for this library. Chat message is camel cased, uppercase C, uppercase C. But if we go down here for the disconnect, error, and close and connected events, they're lowercase. So it's just mixing camel case that I don't like. Also, no enum. But as I said, we're also doing the same thing tonight. Like I came up here and I didn't take advantage of my event enum to add that. I just popped in a string because I plan to come back and tidy that up. Which
Oh,
kind of
okay.
laying out the code. But yeah, you end up with this, like, lowercase ready, camel case chat message, which is, you know, looks like it came out of C#, not JavaScript. But it's okay. What we're looking for is what the code does as much as how we implement or what we're implementing. It's implementing an error.
Really long characters gets filters EP.
Come back and have a look what you're referring to the
EP says oh, sad face.
the EP. What we're looking at. Happy to see you here, EP. How are you doing? I'm in the middle of implementing Kick support. So now we have Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Kynto, and Kick. I guess we're going to start streaming there as well. Get the avatars on every system. What's wrong with this? We're running into 3:42 AM, so I'll probably start wrapping up in the next 15 minutes. I do have to get up for work, which is in a couple hours, as usual. Would you be surprised if I told you this is what I do for fun?
PH Designs, LLC. Says I've been immersed in SQL, PHP, and CSS for hours.
PH Designs, really good to see you back here, buddy. Yeah, let me just show you real quick. I don't know if you've seen any of this since you've been here. Okay, so on Twitch, I'm streaming there, right? Oh look, someone sent spam on Twitch, but it didn't get through the TTS filter. But watch how instant this is.
Hello PH Designs from Twitch.
And we also have Discord.
Hey PH Designs from Discord.
And we also have some commands like identify.
In YouTube.
It shows where all the avatars are like coming from. But what are you working on? I know it sounds like you're back on building sites again. That's good.
Haha, that's bad.
I appreciate you. Let me fix the word filter so it didn't say it's bad. You meant bad arse. Right, let's go and remove that word from the word filter. I also queried like pretty severe moderation. You can still insult my code, but
Lol, I like Discord the most.
Sweet, cool. Yeah, make sure you okay, I thought I said that. Why'd you like it, Dylan? Just because it's instant? Like zero latency? What's going on here?
Currently developing a hub for my home lab.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what you got going on there. When you say hub, can you explain a little bit, like a control panel?
The different voices.
Oh, you like the different voices? Yeah. Yeah. And next stream, hopefully,
Just
we're gonna
instant.
Yeah, it's instant on Discord, but PH Designs. So I'm also coding a new control panel for TTS, so we can tweak your voices live and stuff, and like mute the TTS or pause it. You were one of the people that ran into this. I don't know, wanting to cut me off when I was talking. So I've got to have a whole control panel that'll make that
Cool.
really easy. Yeah, and I'll hook up the buttons to this as well. So, but if you look at this, tons of voices.
It's like a signed CMS type of thing to access all of my home lab stuff.
That's badass. You got a 3D printer in there? I'm sure you do.
Jellyfin, Nextcloud, etc.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Jellyfin is like a Plex, kinda. Sweet. And then what's in the next cloud? Is that for like a NAS solution or something?
I do. The K1C with the CFS.
Sick. Oh, you host like your own, it's like a Trello. Oh, yeah, it's like a NAS solution. Brilliant. Very cool. Definitely want to see your setup when you get done. PH Designs, are you on the Discord?
Nextcloud is like open source hosted iCloud.
Got you. Yep. Like a Synology, but like your own solution. Brilliant.
I have Discord.
Okay, cool. So on my profile on YouTube, I don't know if you're in there already, but there's a Discord link. We've been building up, getting people on here. Dylan's been going heavy with setting us up bots and stuff for like events, so looks like we got a lot of stuff to play with, which is cool. Definitely got some event ideas, that's for sure. Alright, cool. So it looks like you can post links in the chat, Dylan, that's helpful. Alright, where are we at? Before we start shutting this down. It's funny, people start hopping on when they start winding down, but that's how it goes. Just curious if you guys like PH Designs and stuff, do you watch live streams on any other like services? Or is it just like mainly like YouTube? The Dylan, you too, I'm curious.
Mostly YouTube.
Okay, it's the same with me. That was the first integration I got set up here too, was YouTube, wasn't it? Alright, let's
I could not hear it, sounded bit wobbly audio.
Oh, okay, Dylan, I was just asking if you watch live streams.
Rarely Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, Dylan, I was just asking if you watch live streams and anywhere else in the chat. Just on YouTube or anywhere else as well. Let's quickly blast through this process input, start winding down. We want to pull out room. We want to get our input split on our message. So we need to import that. We auto import it. Parse command or message, and then we just pop in a message, and then we get an array back of our inputs. So we can have arguments different than inputs. Let's return.
TBH, I only watch your live stream noon, else I mainly watch vids, but your live stream is fun.
Dude, that's cool. Appreciate that. So I'm guessing you guys just see it just scrolling through YouTube maybe, or was it like on desktop or phone? Because that helps me figure out how how people could get to find this. Passing a room, passing a username, passing prepend. I don't think that's required, but we'll do it anyway. If there is no avatar ready, then we need to spawn one into the room. And I've already set up all these helper functions to make it super easy for me to blast through this. This is our 4th integration, so I know what I'm doing now. And we just pass it a source, which is a constant, which would be kick, room.
I joined. VC
Sweet.
rank lock.
VC rank lock. Is that your name up there? Lifestyle 92.
Short texting.
Oh. Wait the hell. It's live chat utils. What happened? Oh, renamed it. Alright, whatever.
1 SEC walking to office.
No bother at all. Passing our commands, our room, our username, the input. So this handles like all the different commands that the live chats are coded in that you see pinned in YouTube. And through all this, basically it gets it. So this little function right here is what makes it. So kick, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever. Is it how many lines of code? 53 to 17. So like 17 lines of code. I'm tired, so I can be completely off. This is the block of code that takes whatever live chat message you sent on whatever platform, creates the avatar, and triggers all the commands. So if you want to move your command across the screen, all that is controlled by this little chunk of code. So while it's not TypeScript and while it's not MJS, it does everything we need. It's funny because if what was your name, buddy? But who was making the comments on that? If he hopped in while I was working on the React side, it would only had a one feedback to give me there because it is MJS. But considering we have close to maybe 300-400 components, functions, like individual files that contain code. I'm not going to switch over for semantics, but we'll adopt what we need to when we need to. But that's a good idea for like a video topic to cover that like rile people up. Because it doesn't matter what site you come down on in TypeScript. Even if you just sit on the middle like me and I use it where I need to, that'll piss someone off. It's good though, people take their language choice seriously. I mean, I've had people come on here and just be upset that it's like JavaScript. Well, not so much, but like that's programmer mentality. Carrying on. What am I missing here? Oh, why is it 2 parentheses there? That looks good to me. What else do we need? Okay. We're running down to the last 10 minutes of the live stream, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like the video just so next time I come on live, we get some more folks on. And even the folks that have already subscribed, they're more likely to see the live notification when YouTube sees like engagement with the channel. And, I'm just thankful that you like anyone's here part of this, but it'd be cool to grow it.
MSTIOW joined Christmas 2024.
Whoa, sick. I have to change the default room you spawn into in Kynto, because it's like a room with like one light. You don't even know what's going on when you spawn in it. Oops. So what we ought to do is finish up our nlive function, and I think this is almost done for tomorrow. And then that just means I have to set up a restream. We're going to do that ourselves. We're going to do our own.
MSTIOW joined stream new.
Let me quickly put some protections in place here. We're not going to allow other people to stream.
We got our first verified person to
MSTIOW joined stream new.
Awesome. I think that was PH Designs that went through that. Dylan, he's been following us for a little while, a couple of months. One of the first people that came on here, and I was like, this is cool. I'm gonna keep following what you're doing here. Right, that should do it. Just want to test if that disables streaming. Perfect. Yeah, so I just put some protections in place, so the only people that can peer-to-peer stream in this room are
MSTIOW joined dungeon.
I can't verify rules.
Dylan, do you hear that? PH Designs can't get past the rule screen. See if Dylan can help you out, PH. He set that up. He's been helping with the Discord, which I appreciate. Give us a second here.
one new subscriber.
So I think what you have to do.
I'll look.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we need to make sure it's super easy for folks to get going in here. Where is it all supposed to be? Oh, guys, we got a lot of cool stuff to go through in here. like getting Kynto just tied more into Discord, so there's going to be GIFs from in-stream automatically pulled into this channel, for example. There's like a billion things that I want to do all at once.
If you are pinned by verified, you are successfully verified.
Dylan, where do they go to accept the roles? Okay, up here and getting started. Alright, so what you have to do, PH Designs, is you go in server roles and you click this. Though we might need to disable this for now, or maybe only make it so the live chat room requires you to accept roles. I think that's a good idea. So maybe just make it so the channel that's hooked up to the Kynto live streams requires you to accept this. That way people can still post in other channels. If you could set that up, that would be brilliant. But just PH, just so you could get by this until this gets figured out. Getting started, server roles, go up there, you just click this little checkbox. Hopefully you can see my screen here. You just click that and it, yeah.
It is just for the live stream chat. The verification only applies to the live stream chat.
Perfect, Dylan, okay. Alright. Is there any way we can put the server roles as like a pinned message in the live stream chat? That way, so...
It kept kicking my check off, but it's working now.
Perfect, good to hear, PH Designs. So Dylan, I was just wondering if we could put this server roles maybe directly in the live stream chat as a pinned message or something. That way, like that way you could just do everything from the screen. Maybe that's a bad idea, maybe it's not doable, but that'd be sweet. Yeah, but PH Designs, now if you use this chat in Discord, it'll be instantaneous. Like you don't have to wait like the 5 or 6 seconds that it takes to go for YouTube chat. So that's like the one reason you might want to chat through Discord.
But pin does not show.
Okay, Don, makes sense. Maybe we could put a link every so often to it. I don't know. I could maybe a bot, like every couple of messages, just reposts your message to be able to communicate, please accept these roles. I could code that into the Kynto bot, but if you could set that up without me coding it, that'd be ideal. Because if it's a bot that does it, Kynto won't read it into the chat.
Dino auto message.
Perfect, let's do that.
I'll do Dino bot.
Absolutely brilliant. Alright, I'm gonna start wrapping this up, guys. Don't want to. Okay, so we need to remove all avatars when the kick stream stops, but we only want to remove the avatars associated with kick. So to do that is call my predefined function for this and pass in a room instance, which is this .room, and then we just populate the source, which in this case is kick. And then it's funny, it'll kick everyone from kick.
The only prob I see is the auto remove, as it keeps the icon at 1.
Yeah, maybe that's confusing. Okay, if this kick client, and we want to destroy it, it is helpful to log this sort of stuff sometimes. So we will. That'll do it. Hopefully there's a destroy method in there. I'm just going to assume it is. If it doesn't work, we'll find out real quick. And then we'll set it to no for GC to pick up. We could also type delete, do this. But we'll just set it to no. What else we want to do in inlive? It already resets messages. That's perfect. Move this down here till everything's done. We'll have to come back and wrap some of this logic and try catch. That's cool though. So tomorrow I'm going to set up my own RTMP, real-time media protocol restreamer essentially, so I don't have to pay for restream, and then I'll be able to hit Twitch, Kick, YouTube all at the same time. Right now YouTube has its own stream because it's portrait, and what I'm going to do is also set up a RTMP for the portrait streams so I can get into Instagram. That'd be sweet. And then in the future, if we could get enough followers on TikTok, currently at 0, we'd be able to stream there as well on code integration. Now I understand it'd probably be absolute chaos, and we wouldn't keep it, you know, live on all the time, but I think it'd be fun. Like the end goal here would be kind of cool to have like a stream that it's viral. It'd be crazy. Let's get some problems to solve. It's probably going to take quite a while to get there, but I think I'm laying the right groundwork. But start live. Where are we creating? Okay, let's quickly log in. When you set up your event handlers, doing like a live chat integration or any third-party integration, before you trigger the login, it always makes sense to specify your events, because the ready event, for example, could fire before the client login logic runs, and you don't want that. What is the method name? Okay, type login credentials. Cookies? What in the... It should be nodejs. What are we looking at here? Alright, we'll figure it out tomorrow. You just copy and paste this if you want. I think it's a good habit to manually type out the properties when working with a new API, just to get that muscle memory. But we'll just run right by it. Like, what the hell with the cookies populator? I had no bloody idea. This is going to be undefined. Or maybe it's a boolean and it creates cookies in the connection. Who knows? Let's set it to false. What else? I think that's almost it. Okay, on message, do we get a username? Alright, let's pull this out real quick. It's important. So we have message.content that contains actual message text, and we have message sender.username. We're going to have to pull that out real quick. To keep our process input clean, we're going to do that in our onKick message. And we'll rename this to data. Pull this out. Okay, so const username equals data. Sender username const message equals data content. And that should be it. If either of those are undefined, we'll just terminate. Different than username, question mark, length, or different than message. question mark line. Basically, treating it as a boolean, will return. If it's defined, we'll call it process input, which expects the username and message. We've already pulled it out. So I think we almost have a complete implementation here. Let's see, error handling. There's nothing in there, that's why I looked at the code. Assuming error pulls like a message out of it, but can't tell. We could just stringify it. Like, is it a true JavaScript error, or is it just a string called error? We're gonna find out. Error be just stringify. Kynto should do that automatically, but we'll just be safe. Let's just log it as an error. Just populate source automatically, so we have to type it right. Pop in an error. Well, let's have it handle it. Pass it in like that. Okay. Let's go. Now we just need to get the key, our tokens into the secret server for local and for production. And then they should all connect. We'll build out the front end aspect tomorrow, so before 11 a.m. Guys, make sure you're subscribed on most of you are, which I appreciate. And cheers for coming on tonight. Any last questions or shout outs before we shut this down, guys? And PH, thank you for joining the Discord.
No problem.
Perfect place for you to show the home office, the home lab build out. I'm curious about that one. Let me quickly test this though for a drop off. Game / alright, got ya.
Yeah, buddy.
One new subscriber.
Awesome. There. We write some notes before we shut it down. Wrap. Coded kick integration for live chat. Need to debug. API key to post bot chat messages from Kynto into YouTube live chat. Also need to look into actually just running a stream in Discord. It's an option. Now we need to set up that RTFP server so we can also go to the kick tomorrow. We can't test the stream if we're not streaming to it. Cool, guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you before then, enjoy your time off. I'm sure I'll be back, especially this weekend. I've got internet at the camper. PH Designs, I've got a camper at the coast right now. So on the weekends, it's just me out there, but doing coding in town, which is kind of cool. All right, guys, catch you later.